Hi, I'm Holly Lederle, and welcome to Virtual Back to School Night. So, I teach Design 1, Photo 1, AP Art 2D here at Carmel High School. I've been teaching art at Carmel High for 11 years. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Art from Cal State Stanislaus and a Master's of Science in Education from CSU East Bay. My focus in education was actually in online teaching and learning. So this is not my first rodeo when it comes to online teaching, and I actually find it's a really cool format for some of the things that we're going to be taking a look at this year. I'm also the advisor for National Art Honors Society. I think it's a really cool program. We call it Art Club most of the time to get students involved in art in their community and sort of outside of campus itself, and to support events going on in campus creating artwork for that. Personally, I'm a contemporary art and experimental art lover that comes way into my class. I show students all sorts of new stuff, again, connecting it with historical pieces as well, but really with a focus on the avant-garde and where art is going today and keeping stuff fresh and engaging. And number 5, I truly believe that I have the best job in the world. We have so much fun in my class. I really try to make it focused around making connections with students and giving them an opportunity to really grow and express who they are in my room. My philosophy is of creating a space for trust. Our synchronous class time will be focused on students building connections with each other. A lot of that will come from group critique, peer critique, getting feedback, and talking about their work. We haven't quite got there yet. Most of the stuff we've been doing so far has been lecture based. But after students have a significant body of work, then we'll really kind of get into it and talk about connecting with each other and talking about their work as individuals and together in small groups too. I really want to make sure that they trust each other and they trust me to get that strong feedback that will help them grow. I really want my students to have an individual voice. I'm not a recipe art teacher. We really focus on process and make sure that we avoid things that will make all of the art pieces seem exactly the same. I love when I can see a student's artwork and it doesn't have a name on it, but I can tell who it came from because they have a strong, distinctive voice and they're not afraid to share that with us, and they really want to delve out into new and different and exciting things. I want my students to reach out into the world. It's really important for me that all students, absolutely all of my students, participate in at least one off-campus art show or event per semester. I make it really easy for them. We have a lot of them that we can participate in online now where they can upload their work. And it's just an opportunity for us to get our artwork out of the classroom, to get it away from our phones, get it away from just the same people seeing it all the time, but instead put ourselves out there and really expand the reach of our work and get used to expressing ourselves in the broader world. As far as art materials are for this class and for all of my courses, we're going to try and provide everything that students need to be successful in this class in a distance learning model. But if you have the opportunity to come across some of these art basics, it's really helpful. So for Design 1, we're going to provide sketchbooks, some fine tip markers. It's really helpful if you can get some because mine are a little on the funky side, rulers, glue sticks, and cameras to students. So for Design 1, it's helpful if you just use a smartphone camera. Our advanced art classes, I'm going to give them a DSLR so they can make sure that they have access to a high quality camera and the software that they're going to need to run and edit all of their stuff. For advanced art classes, I'm referring to AP Art and Photo 2 and Design 2 as well. For Intro to Photo, all you need is a smartphone camera or a DSLR. I know that Google Classroom doesn't allow parents to see all of the elements that are on it. So in order to make it easier for everybody, I put together a site called carmelhigharts.org. And if you take a look at it on the students page, it'll have links to all of the important documents, your syllabus, our weekly calendar, news, events, scholarship opportunities, and all the kind of cool stuff that's going on in our room, samples of student artwork, and just another place for you to get access to student work and important documents. So here's a look at our Google Classroom. This is the one for photography. I organize everything by week, and then they're numbered from there. Usually there's an indicator saying what's homework, what's discussion. Discussion is going to be anything that we do synchronously. I try to label them. Most of the time, the Wednesday and Thursday classes will have your projects that will leave over the weekend. So the bigger, heavier projects. And the stuff that's on Monday and Tuesday will be a shorter set of projects. So this is an example of the photo one. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is the weekly calendar. So when you click on the weekly calendar, it'll have a layout of absolutely everything we're doing. And again, you can find us at carmelhightarts.org. So when you take a look there, you go to students, and it will have all of the important stuff. So here, office hours and the information. Here's syllabus, notes, all sorts of stuff. And here's the link to join, the code to join our Google Classroom, that link to the Google Calendar. Here's one for Mr. Russell's class because he shares this with me. We've got design, design 2, photo 2, photo 1 and photo 2 here. There's also stuff for National Art Honor Society, upcoming art shows, events, and competitions. Most of this hasn't been updated yet because we're not quite to that point in the year, but I promise there'll be lots of fun stuff there pretty soon. If you want to talk, I am very, very happy to chat. I love talking to parents. I love talking to students and getting connected. My email address is hledderle@carmelunified.org. That's the phone number for the school, and my extension is 3716. So our classroom is room 16. Office hours, my blocks are 3 and 4. That's Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1:10 p.m. We're on Zoom. You can email me for the password. And last but certainly not least, I do want to thank you for inviting me into your homes every day. I know that this is not the situation that is optimal for learning artwork. It's best when we can all sit down and really get into the nitty-gritty together. But I do think we can make some really beautiful stuff this year and really approach art in a totally different way and reflect on our process and focus on the way the world is right now and making it the best of a bad situation. In the event we do go back to hybrid, we've got some really cool projects. I've got a dark room in room 16 that I'd love to get photo 1 in and playing in, and we've got some other stuff for graphic design that's really physical and a little bit different than just being here on the computer. Again, thank you so much for inviting me into your homes and for sharing tonight with me, and welcome back to school.